All right, Jason Gray, welcome to the Jason Gray Show. Hope you're all doing well today. Let's talk about what I think is going to happen with inflation. Are we going to have a hard landing, soft landing, no landing at all? What does this sort of look like in my eyes? I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm just going to give you my 2 cents what I think is going to happen. What I want to do is look at, let's talk about COVID. During COVID times, people were at their houses, they were cooking their own food, they weren't going out to the movies, they weren't going out to restaurants, they weren't traveling a lot. And people saved a ton of money. I mean, the amount of money that the U.S. consumer had at the time was huge. We had a ton of stimulus money that the government gave out as well, PPP loans and all this other stuff. There was a lot of money. So look at it today, and we don't have that money in place. We have huge inflation going on right now, and the Federal Reserve has increased the short-term interest rates, which should in turn lower those long-term interest rates as soon as the inflation numbers come down. But in the meantime, people unfortunately are having to use their credit card to pay their basic bills. And what I mean by basic bills is food, credit card payments, car loans, rent, and they're just jacking those credit cards up. They say the average consumer has increased their credit card activity by 31%, which is a pretty big number. So in doing so, I want to sort of create some light at the end of the tunnel a little bit and give you what I think is going to sort of happen. I think by the second or third quarter of 2023, I think the Federal Reserve will see the light. I think they're going to go too far. I think in February they're going to do a 0.25% rate increase, in March the same thing, and I think in June or July they're going to realize, oh my gosh, we went too far. I think they should pause at this point in time, in my 2 cents. I think they should sort of let this stuff go, see how it's hitting the economy. Typically when a rate increase happens, it takes 6 to 12 months for it to actually affect the economy. So in doing so, I think they went too far. Now, there's talks of, is there a soft landing or a hard landing? I think it's a hard landing. I think it's a pivot landing where it hits hard, the numbers look really horrible, and the Federal Reserve has to pivot and go the opposite direction and stimulate the economy back up again. In doing so, we're gonna roll into this little wave, and hopefully the Federal Reserve can sort of get control over it and they sort of even itself out. What they're targeting is for about a 2% inflation rate. Powell's not asking for it to see it happening right then and there. He's looking to see it going forward, that he's going to see that happening in maybe the next 3 or 4 or 6 months before he starts taking this pivot. And so, in doing so, I think it's going to be that June or July timeline. What does that do for you as a consumer? Car rates are really high, credit card rates are really high, mortgage rates are really high. When that happens, all those are going to come down, right? They're all just going to take a tumble back down, because the Federal Reserve will have no other choice other than stimulate the economy again. When that happens, you'll get a little bit of relief. I'm hoping that we get a little relief with the supply chain issues. I think things have sort of calmed down. As you could probably see, China came out with a zero COVID policy, and then they left that away like 3 weeks ago, where they said no more of this. Just go ahead and go out and we'll figure it out from there. So I think the supply chain issues will come down. I think you've all seen gas prices go down a little bit too. So that's a huge help. Everything is traveled through, diesel trucks, and that's huge, hurts us on our supply chain issues as well in regards to the costs. So going forward, I think things are going to get better. Hopefully it's not such a hard landing. Try to work yourself through it. If you need help on anything or need some advice, feel free to reach out to me. I can give you my 2 cents on what you think you should or should not do in your current situation. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below as well. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.